Welcome to the Smart Social Media Notes podcast, sponsored by Smart Office Help Social Media Agency. I'm your host, Elizabeth Hall, avid writer, passionate podcaster, extraordinary social media consultant, and lifestyle blogger. This show is focused on providing educational information in reference to social media platforms, sprinkled with some business tips. This is episode 20 of Smart Social Media Notes, and you're in the right place to get your social media groove on, learning about social media tips, tools, and resources you can use to grow your online networks and your online presence. Thank you for tuning in. I love sharing what I know, what I've used, and what I think will be useful. In my attempt to shorten the intro to the show, I just wanted to add that all mentioned links are posted on smartofficehelp.com along with the transcripts from the shows, so you don't have to worry about taking any notes. I've taken a different approach with Smart Social Media Notes show these last couple of months, and I definitely can see a difference. What's different from 2014? Well, I have upped the frequency of the show. I've taken a different approach to the way that I'm syndicating the show. The podcast is now posted to YouTube in audio format, which I believe has been highly successful. And finally, I've recorded audio for each blog post. Now, that seems like a lot, but with all business endeavors, there is some level of risk and commitment of time, or else business in general will stay at a stagnant pace. With all that said, I've realized that I also had to put on my learning cap and step out of the proverbial box to gain some forward momentum when it comes to boosting Smart Social Media Notes and Smart Office Help's social media visibility. Today's show is all about baby steps that any entrepreneur can take to up their social media marketing game, which brings us to today's topic: where are you on the social media learning curve? Are you going through the motions when it comes to social media, or do you really understand what you're doing? This year was supposed to be a year of challenges for me, and it has become more of a year of learning instead. Have you heard the saying, you don't know what you don't know? I definitely know a lot about using social media for online marketing. I also know that it's tough for those who are not in the social media professional realm to grasp the fact that it takes more than a month to get your social media momentum going in the stream of online noise. Before I go any further, let me make sure that you, the reader or the listener of this socially informed topic, understands that this is all about business social media. I thought I should qualify my words because I've actually gotten some comments that people don't understand how my blog post, podcast, or training videos apply to personal social media usage. Well, there are some topics that I talk about that can be used on both personal and business social media profiles, but for the most part, I'm all business here on Smart Office Help's website, which with a touch of personal lifestyle. Now, I meet entrepreneurs every day that don't understand the gravity of using social media to boost their business's online marketing visibility. They still have an old school business mindset. The truth is that there is a shift, not a switch, for businesses and brands to include social media marketing in their overall marketing strategy. I think that it may be okay to market offline at this point, but I also believe that there are some missed opportunities for those that do not want to begin to make that shift into the online marketing realm. With that said, I've learned and preached that social media is a work in progress. And even us social media pros have to consistently be in social media class to stay on track with all the fast-paced changes. And sometimes these changes are not visible to the untrained eye. Therefore, it's important to know where to look. There are specific steps that need to be taken before you get onto the social media bandwagon for marketing your business online. It's easy to start up a social media profile and post haphazardly. First, have social media goals in mind for your business. Understand what exactly you want to accomplish when it comes to using social media to market your business. If you have an issue answering this question, what do I want to accomplish? What are my goals? then slow your roll. Don't waste your valuable time. Take some time to make sure that you're understanding why you're going to be using social media. Will you be using it for the right reasons when it comes to business usage? If you still don't have a clue, then get some professional help. Next, figure out where your audience actually hangs out, because the ultimate goal is to drive traffic back to your website and make the sale. We're all in business to make the sale, right? It's great if you're working in the field that you love. And personally, I would still be a super powerful social butterfly, even if it was not my field of work. But a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. We all need compensation for our actions. Otherwise, those actions would equate to a hobby and not a business. I digress. Figure out who your audience is, where the best places are to communicate with your audience, and optimize your social media profiles on the social media networks that will make the most impact for your efforts. Next, fill out your social media profiles completely. Search engine optimization is a fantastic goal to have for your social media profiles. That means making sure that you use lots of keywords, or a better way to put it is to ensure that you're using relevant keywords. And then the next thing you want to do is to make sure that you have your images professionally done. Please don't use stretched images. I say this all the time. Stretched images, they just look terrible, and they are seriously unprofessional. Next, have a focused message. This is where my business social media observational spidey senses go crazy. I can't tell you how many Facebook pages that have content that is all over the place and has absolutely nothing to do with the owner of the business or the business itself. I'm all for adding some personal touches, humor, and some promotion, but if you don't post anything in line with your business message, again, you're wasting your time. You just are. I guess one could conclude that this whole rant has nothing to do with social media learning, but it does. My best advice for anyone who wants or is attempting to manage their own brand social media is to practice the art of baby steps. Start with basic steps, the ones that I mentioned, and gradually step up your social media game by updating your social media profiles as you learn more of what will give your brand the most impact. Never fall into the trap of having the mentality of it's all or nothing. You'll end up with nothing if you do. What have I learned this year so far? Well, we are a couple of months in, but I have learned a lot. I've learned that offline networking matters. So I've scheduled time to go to networking functions, to shake hands and kiss babies. I love that saying, shake hands and kiss babies. I've learned that embracing non-traditional social media networks can also have a huge impact when it comes to online relationships. We at Smart Office Help have begun to participate on Instagram, and that is awesome. There are tons of businesses who are really using Instagram to boost their online reach beyond Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Pinterest. And on a personal note, I've learned that there are times when you just have to live in the real world and save the social media usage for the appropriate times. Enjoy friends, family, and just live. Again, I'll leave you with one last note, and that is always remember that your social media is a work in progress. So I ask again, where are you on the social media learning curve? Today's smart social media tip is in reference to Instagram. And as I mentioned before, we're now participating on Instagram, and I'm learning more and more every day. You can follow us there, and our handle is Smart Office Help. Just like Pinterest, Instagram allows users to participate in a visual manner through the use of images. You can only post your wonderful pics through your smartphone, but there is a way to beef up those images while sitting at your desk. Iconosquare.com, and that's spelled ICONOSQUARE, Iconosquare.com, is a place where you can view the images that you and your followers post. You can also beef up your comments and organize your followers and images into folders. Now, as a business, it's always important to have statistics available. So there are also some awesome statistics that you can use using Iconosquare. This is a great way to manage your Instagram account, and you can head over to iconosquare.com to find out more about what they have to offer and really start to maximize your Instagram account just like we have to have an enhanced user experience. So that's it for today. I hope you found some value in today's show. Subscribe and stick around for more fantastic social media related information. And don't forget to head over to smartofficehelp.com to join our socially informed community. We'd love to have you. And when you subscribe, you'll get more information, tips, and tools coming up in future episodes. You can do that by subscribing through iTunes or listen and or download episodes via smartofficehelp.com. And if you missed anything, you can check it out in the show notes. Again, I'd like to ask that you please consider rating the show on iTunes or commenting on smartofficehelp.com. I welcome your feedback. I'm Elizabeth Hall, and I'll talk to you soon on the next episode of Smart Social Media Notes podcast. Thanks again for listening. Now go out and grow your networks using social media and put on your learning cap when it comes to building a solid social media marketing strategy. Smart Social Media Notes is brought to you by Smart Office Help Social Media Agency, growing online networks through interactions, goodwill, and positive communications.